Welcome. Welcome to Chevy Cool Lady. I am Chevy, and we are continuing to offer hope and healing and to be a voice for the voiceless here at Chevy Cool Lady. Today, I just wanted to bring you some live commentary on healing from a narcissistic relationship. I know a lot of you have been in narcissistic relationships. A lot of you have really related to the true crime documentaries that most of them seem to deal with some type of narcissist or narcissistic abuse. And what do you do when you find out that your whole relationship was a lie? It wasn't what you thought it was. It wasn't what he or she portrayed it to be. You've been in a relationship with the narcissist, and now you're damaged. I know what that's like. So let's go ahead and go over some things that I think are important in the healing recovery process. Once you've been with a narcissist and it becomes very apparent that basically everything that you thought was going on in the relationship that you hoped and dreamed for just turned out to just be a sham and a cover for a whole nother life that he or she was leading behind your back. Let's say you're at a birthday party, and you have some happy pictures of y'all, and later on you find out the whole time he was there, he was texting his lover. Or you're on vacation in Italy, having the time of your life, presumably. But even there, he was texting back home to the person he was really interested in. It wasn't you. And when you come back and you find this out, you recall the events and you go over pictures that you might have had, man, it leaves you with a hollow, empty feeling. Recovering from your life with a narcissist, discovering your whole relationship was a lie. What's it take to heal? Obviously, you need to change your perspective. Okay, I know it's easier said than done, and we're just going to go over these things because as they are reinforced in your mind and applied to your life, you'll see changes, you'll see growth, you'll see healing. I have. Focus on the future, but to do that, it's going to take some skill. It's going to take strength that right now you might not feel like you have. So what can we do to increase your skill, increase your strength? It's easy to say, to specify and to be specific with your goals, because the ultimate goal, I'm sure, for most people is to be happy. But how can you be happy? How can you be happy when happiness is based on happenstance or changes and turns of events? They can make you happy. They can just as easily make you unhappy. So happiness is a concept that really, it's a broad base. It covers a lot of things, and really, when you get down to it, it's probably a purpose that you need, because you had hopes, dreams, and expectations of being with this person, and having them leave you short, leave you stranded. It's very difficult. So to find a new purpose and the energy and drive to fulfill it, to have fun and take on difficult tasks that require discipline, is actually a really good idea, because it takes your mind off of yourself. Even if you do some volunteer work, and sometimes that's really the best way to find recovery is by giving to others. Whether you volunteer at the church, I remember when I was going through it with my narcissist, I decided I'd just go up to church once a week and clean. I didn't have to really face anybody because my self-esteem was not where it should be, and I didn't want to talk to people. And I said, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm doing this for the people, but I don't have to interact. I can just go up and clean. So, once a week I'd go up and clean and wipe off the chairs and vacuum the sanctuary and clean the bathrooms and, do those things that took my mind off my trouble. And, when you give to others, even in unassuming ways, it really benefits you. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Hi, Amanda. Welcome, AMG. Oh, yeah, no. But thank you. Hi, Jag. Come on in, everybody. We're talking about healing from a narcissistic relationship. Have y'all experienced a narcissistic relationship? You probably have if you're tuning in to me today. And it can be very difficult. The blow it takes on your self-esteem takes a long time to recover from, because basically you thought you were in a good relationship. You fooled yourself into thinking that you had this potential to be forever with somebody, possibly, and have it all fall short when the truth is revealed that you didn't mean as much to them as they meant to you. And it's hard, man. It's really hard to come to that, and when what you want to develop is a resilience and a non-fragile attitude, and this comes through the consistency of action. Slowly decide to detach from your narcissistic person. It takes time, and over this time, as you decide to detach, you're having to deal with a lot of things. You're having to deal with contention from that person, family disapproval, being ostracized from your family and your friends. You experience grief over the lies you were told. And you come to this awakening where you just are saying, man, was anything real? Was any part of this relationship real? Because it doesn't feel like it, does it? Let me know where y'all are viewing from. Thanks for spending some time with me this morning, guys. You mean the world to me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because this gets this helpful material out to more eyes. And, people need to hear good words. And this is a good word. This is something that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people have a narcissist in their life and have experienced the devastating damage that just one person can do. It's just amazing, and it takes a long time to get over it. It sometimes takes a long time to get out of that relationship. But once the truth is revealed and you realize what's going on, your feelings start to change too. And it's important not to sink into a pit of despair. Hi, guys. Come on in. Come on in. So to experience grief from the lies and then confusion over the lies is really normal. To start looking at all the promises that they've promised you, all the things they're going to do and all the things you'll do together, and realize, man, you were just being placated, and you were being lied to the whole time, and none of that was anything, and it's like your whole world crashes down. You feel, so discouraged, but I want you to know there's hope at the end of the tunnel. Lots of people have been in this position. You're not alone, and you're not stupid for giving your heart to somebody. They're stupid for not accepting you as the person that you are, for allowing you to feel like you were never good enough. That's on them. Their narcissistic behavior is pretty much incurable. It's a way they're born, and it's a whole different mindset than a loving, giving person has, because Oh, they love, but they love themselves, and they give, but they make sure that it's only to benefit themselves. It's a whole different world when you're dealing with a narcissist and you're trying to pretend like they're a normal person, but they're not. They're a narcissist. And I've talked to you guys before about it. Narcissism, boy, that was hard to say, is it's a spiritual condition. It's demonic, in my opinion. Now, when you recall, okay, different situations, and you're trying to heal once you discover that your relationship was a lie, I find taking notes, journaling, drawing, these are the things that I do to regain my critical thinking so that I can be whole and healthy and fulfill the love that I was meant to be. And one thing is while you're rehashing the different episodes that you've been through, vacations, family visits. This is a holiday season, and that's full of issues when you're dealing with a narcissist. It's good to write things down and to even write down in 3 columns: episode, context, and feelings. And by that I mean episodes or specific events that caused you grief and pain. A family visit where he actually was planting the seeds of doubt among your own family members and trying to get them to team up with you by saying, they love to say you have mental health issues, they're crazy, you're not thinking straight. They tell your family and friends, it's like dealing with a teenager, this person's this way or that way, and it leaves the victim feeling very isolated. And while you're trying to think about ways to heal and move on, these certain events are going to pop into your mind. So write them down, write what the events were, and now write down the context that you're seeing it through. Let's say you were on vacation at the beach and you thought you were having a great time. Oh yeah, maybe you had a cold shoulder, maybe you were being ignored, but you're trying to make the most of it, and you're taking lots of pictures, and you're smiling in them all, and so is he or she. And once you find out how they really feel, you're looking back on these pictures thinking, man, the whole time I was with this person, they were texting their lover back home, or they were seeing somebody. They weren't even interested in me. They were going through the motions with me because for some reason they either felt obligated or didn't want to set me free. They just wanted to have their cake and eat it too, like they say. And it's very painful when the lights come on and you realize what's going on. And so it's good to write down not only the episode or the event that happened, but the context. Confirm what's real so that you're not living in a delusion thinking that you were so happy with this person, because it's so easy to keep going back and forth and that type of thing. And what you really do need to do to heal is to detach yourself from that person. Write down the feelings that you have. Now, when you recall the episode, the context, and the changes that happen when you realize the truth, the shift in contact, of course, changes everything. Feelings that you might have, feelings that surface when you look at a picture, when you were happy, you start wondering, were they happy? Was I happy? It gives you an altered sense of reality. The perception of the truth changes, and a relationship with a narc is a fantasy. The person that you thought you were in love with doesn't even exist. They were a figment of your imagination based on a few little isolated instances where they were baiting you more or less to be in the relationship and to stay in the relationship. You have to be honest with yourself to be able to recover. But what's really sad is how you justify the narcissist reactions and the events that happened, the episodes, and how you overlook so much of behavior that just is not acceptable. And somehow you have to make terms with this, what's real and what's not real. And there's a certain amount of cognitive distance that happens as you approach um, healing from this type of perspective. You recognize that you actually had a trauma bond, perhaps, with this person, and those bonds are very strong and they're very real. But when it's based on trauma instead of love, it's probably a trauma that's going to keep reoccurring, because there's a sense of manipulation that goes along with a trauma scarred person. And they can be manipulated into thinking that they're being loved when really it's a fake love. Have you all ever experienced that kind of thing? I know I have. I know I have. And it puts you in a loop of where you're just asking why, why did this happen? Why didn't I leave? Why didn't I recognize this sooner? Why didn't I cut off the relationship when I first found out they were talking to somebody else? Why did I subject myself to so much pain and so much abuse? you know and it's a question that needs resolution for you to heal. It's deep, people. It can go way back in your life, back to your birth, or even before you're born, that developed a people pleasing type of attitude in you that you put up with narcissistic abuse. But you know, these these times are healing journeys. Nothing happens overnight, and there's no one pat answer. These are just some suggestions, some things that I've done to overcome the pain of the narcissist that was left in my life when we finally did detach. And I always say what's taken from you when you're in a narcissistic um, relationship is your voice. And I'm here to be a voice for the voiceless. My name's Chevy Cool Lady, and you're welcome here. This is a place to talk outside the box, outside of judgment. I want to hear what y'all have to say, what y'all have experienced, because I'm in the process of healing myself. The damage that happens from a narcissistic relationship can be on many levels. It could be a parent or both parents who were narcissistic, and you had to grow up dodging and dealing with their parental control. And it's difficult. That it's trauma based in a lot of experiences, and it takes time to recover your sanity after being in those positions. When you're in a narcissistic um, relationship with a spouse or a partner, man, you put up with a lot of stuff over a long period of time, and a lot of mean, hateful, and penetrating words are said. And sometimes the abuse is more than psychological. It goes into physical abuse. And I always tell people their number one priority is to be safe. Sometimes being safe means cooperating and laying low for a period of time until you can have a plan. But there are advocates who will be on your side, and it's very, very crucial to get out of that situation and be in a safe place. But there's things that need to happen. Not everything is overnight, and you shouldn't have to feel pressured that it should be overnight. Just take your time and think things out and heal. You know, why? Why didn't I listen to other people? Why did I fabricate a life that was convincing to others? Because Then you have to deal with the community, friends, family, churches, and their opinion. And sometimes their opinion isn't the right opinion. Sometimes the opinion that the people that you're looking for support have been altered by your narcissist. They love to have people team up. They love to have the flying monkeys. They love to have us against you mentality. And they will lie. They will cheat. They will steal. They will do anything to keep their facade up. It's just a fact. A lot of people are like, I wish I knew then what I know now, and grieve for their younger self. They grieve for that person who was vulnerable, beautiful, vibrant, who had a lot going for them all those years ago. And they feel like they've been ripped off and they've been cheated. And that's a natural reaction. It's very, very common. And the fact of the matter is, those kind of thoughts often will then lead to self-blame. And that is very damaging to your self-esteem as you're trying to heal. And you have to be kind to yourself and just say, you're not wrong to have given your heart to somebody. They were wrong to abuse you. And there is no victim blaming or shame here, because, it's very easy to happen. Some narcissists are the most charming, talented people that you can imagine. And they tricked you. And you were tricked. And then you tried to make it work for whatever period of time. And in the end, it all turned out to be a lie. It was all just a big, this hot air balloon, that popped. And now it's just flying all over the room, out of control. And, that's how your soul feels. It feels like it's just been deflated. And you deserve more. You deserve a happy life. You deserve to feel good about yourself. You deserve to be a confident person and to heal from the damage that was done. And, like I said, sometimes you just got to get outside your own head and start giving to other people. Even doing what I do is just, it brings healing. It brings healing to myself and hopefully to other people too. Do y'all have a beverage or a snack? I have some hot tea today. And man, it is good. I talk so much, my voice gets kind of cracky. Sorry about that. All right. So, grieving for the person you once were and hoping for a change. Looking back with clarity on these episodes that happen it's like breaking a code. It's like you look at a picture of yourself on vacation with your narcissist and how the picture, man, it's just all smiles and sunshine, but you start looking at it a little different once yeah, they were with you physically, but maybe they had something else going on. Maybe they were talking to somebody else in a whole nother state while you thought you were with your dude or girl. And then you're looking at the pictures going back and going, the whole time we were there, we were dancing, we were eating, we were having fun. All the words that we said to each other, it's all a lie because the whole time he was talking to so-and-so back home, and it's like it ruins everything, man. It ruins everything. And like I said, it's like decoding the picture. It's like all of a sudden you're starting to think, oh, when he went outside and was gone all that time, that's what was going on, or whatever. Things start making a little more sense because we're not stupid people, and we do observe things. We just lie to ourselves to make it seem like we have something great going on, and what we're doing is just prolonging a fake love, man, because they don't love you, and it's hard to accept. It's hard for me to accept. It's hard for you to accept. Rejection is worse, Amanda Byes said, than cancer. Rejection. And that's what you feel when you're detaching, or you're in a relationship with a narcissistic person. You feel rejected, you feel cold-shouldered, and you feel ignored, because those are tactics that they love, and they love to lie, because they don't want to let their fake image be exposed. They're like freaking Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain, and they're going to keep that curtain up. And that curtain is just a web of lies and deceit. You feel zoned. You feel stuck in the past sometimes after a relationship with a narcissist. You feel like you can't move on. Everything inside of you is just broken. And I understand that. And the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is let it out. Don't let those feelings just smolder and burn a hole in your soul. Let those feelings out, whether you can journaling, picking up a pen and paper, drawing, painting. You see my paintings, that's what I do. And it starts to make you feel like yourself again. You start coming in contact with your own soul and your own heart and your own desires and your purpose in God. And, as you do that, healing slowly comes. You have to let those feelings out. They are not good inside. and it's hard to not be vulnerable for more abuse, but even if it's from a different narcissist, because if you don't have the healing inside you, you tend to be susceptible to the same cycles of abuse. You attract what you attract in this life, and I'm not sure anything can be done about it, despite all the claims from The Secret. I think that certain personality types attract each other. It's been my experience. I seem to, when I was back in those days when I was in the dating world. I don't date now, and I've given up and made sacrifices for my own sanity and for myself. Being a celibate woman serving God is what's a beautiful thing to me. For me, I have a big family, and they need a lot of attention. And I didn't specifically set out for that goal, but as it developed in my healing journey, I've become very good with it, and I'm happy about it, and I'm all right, and I don't recommend it for everybody. Some people don't have the full life that I have, and might need a partner, but when you choose your partner, you need to make sure that it's authentic, that you're not going back into a narcissistic cycle and you're getting just with a new narcissist type, because it doesn't get any better. It only will get worse. That's my opinion. And, I've known so many people, smart, beautiful, great jobs, horrible in relationships. Why? Because the healing process wasn't complete. The healing from the damage that the narcissists do is deep and reoccurring, because when you go over memories and you look at pictures and you see friends that you had experiences with your partner with, and that type of thing, it's like, it causes a resurfacing of the pain. Yep. So I just wanted to go over that and let you guys know there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel. There is healing. There's a lot of people who have experienced it. You're not alone. And we're going to heal together as we walk along in this life. So thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you. You guys are the coolest. You're the best. and I will see you later. Have a great day. God bless.